Looking for something new to stream this week? From gripping thrillers and quirky comedies to dark mysteries and family dramas, this week's lineup of new releases offers something for every kind of viewer. With standout performances, addictive storylines, and plenty of surprises, these 8 new shows and movies are well worth adding to your watch list. Here's what's premiering this week across the streaming world. Number 8. Hell Motel. 10 die-hard true crime fans are invited to the grand reopening of the Cold River Motel, a place haunted by a history of satanic ritual killings. When a storm traps them inside, the night spirals into chaos as guests begin dying one after another. Hell Motel embraces its over-the-top slasher roots, delivering gory thrills with tongue-in-cheek energy. Though not essential viewing, it stands out with its wild ambition and clear love for horror tropes. For fans of bloody mysteries and campy suspense, it offers a solid dose of guilty pleasure entertainment. Number 7. Olympo. At the elite CAR Perennials Training Center, top athletes from across Spain pushed themselves to the brink, including Amaya, Clara Gal, the perfectionist captain of the national artistic swimming team. Known for her relentless drive and refusal to accept failure, Amaya's confidence is shaken when her best friend and teammate, Nuria Maria Romanillos, unexpectedly outperforms her. As Amaya investigates, she begins to suspect that some athletes are using strange, unnatural methods to gain an edge. The discovery forces her to question the price of greatness and whether the pursuit of victory is worth losing one's integrity or even one's humanity. In a world where sacrifice and ambition collide, the real competition lies in deciding just how far is too far. Number 6. The Buccanners Season 2. In 1870s London, a wave of young American women arrives for the social season, tasked with securing wealthy British husbands and stirring up a culture clash between old world tradition and new world ambition. At first glance, the series feels like a poor imitation of Bridgerton, with jarring modern music and a bubbly tone that clashes with the period setting. But by the second episode, as deeper storylines emerge and hidden motives surface, the show begins to find its footing. The performances, often unfairly criticized, are actually solid, featuring a capable cast whose work is undermined more by directorial choices than lack of talent. Despite its flaws in tone and historical accuracy, the series becomes surprisingly addictive, with just enough intrigue and emotional weight to leave you hoping for a second season. Number 5. The Waterfront. For generations, the Buckley family has held a tight grip on Havenport, North Carolina, dominating the fishing trade and local dining scene. But as aging patriarch Harlan Buckley battles his fragile health after 2 heart attacks, his wife Belle and their ambitious son Kane struggle to keep their legacy alive. Meanwhile, daughter Bree, fresh out of rehab and still reeling from losing custody of her son, becomes involved in a risky relationship that could unravel everything the Buckleys have built. With tensions mounting and the family empire on the verge of collapse, Harlan is forced to return and steer the ship once more. As secrets surface and loyalties are tested, the Buckleys must fight to hold their dynasty together before it's lost to the tides. Number 4. Inside. When 18-year-old Mel is transferred from juvenile detention to an adult prison, he quickly finds himself caught between 2 very different mentors, the notorious shepherd Guy Pearce and Warren, an inmate on the verge of parole. As a tense, emotional bond forms between the 3 men, their surrogate father-son dynamic sets the stage for inevitable betrayal and tragedy. Guy Pearce delivers a haunting performance as a hardened criminal clinging to connection, while newcomer Vincent Miller is remarkably authentic as a vulnerable youth thrust into a brutal adult world. Cosmo Jarvis also impresses, bringing chilling depth to a morally twisted character, nailing the Aussie accent despite not being a local. Gritty, raw, and deeply human, this film feels more lived in than acted, offering something far deeper than just prison drama. Number 3. Friendships. A mild-mannered suburban dad finds his world flipped upside down when he becomes obsessed with his wild, magnetic new neighbor. The film is a riotous burst of energy, packed with absurd situations and non-stop laughs that harken back to the golden era of pure comedies. Tim Robinson steals every scene in his first major film role, bringing his signature unhinged charm to a character that feels tailor-made for his chaotic brilliance. Paul Rudd balances the madness with his trademark wit and deadpan delivery, creating a hilarious dynamic that carries the film. It's the kind of unapologetically funny movie we haven't seen in years, no agenda, just full-on fun, and it's a refreshing return to what comedy once was. Number 2. Eye for an Eye. After losing her parents in a tragic accident, Anna moves from bustling New York to a quiet Florida town to live with a grandmother she's never known. Struggling with grief and isolation, she briefly finds connection with 2 local teens until their involvement in a brutal act of violence traps Anna in a waking nightmare. Haunted by Mr. Sandman, the malevolent spirit of a wronged child who invades the dreams of bullies and rips out their eyes upon waking, Anna is forced to confront both her guilt and the supernatural curse it has awakened. Eye for an Eye blends psychological torment with supernatural horror, steeped in the eerie stillness of mourning and the heavy silence of moral consequence. It's a chilling addition to the genre's tradition of retribution, where justice comes not through law, but terror. Number 1. Final Destination Bloodlines. Haunted by a violent recurring nightmare, a college student returns to her hometown, desperate to uncover the truth and find the one person who can help her stop a terrifying generational curse. What unfolds is a brutally yet gripping story, made fresh by a clever bloodlines twist that adds emotional weight and unpredictability to the horror. The film delivers non-stop tension with well-paced storytelling, sharp direction, and a few shocking turns that keep you locked in throughout. Watching it in D-Box with Dolby Atmos elevated the experience. The thunderous sound and motion-enhanced seats amplified every scare and action beat. For fans of intense horror with a unique edge, it's a must-see that blends thrills with a powerful cinematic punch.